All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a public service announcement for people that play the first Descendant that have been running dungeons on hard mode publicly. Because I've been running a couple runs, and I've noticed that most of the runs, they go fine until sometimes like they'll go fine until you hit the boss, and then they're just like one-shotting the boss, and I'm like, no, that's not what we're supposed to do, guys. We're supposed to kill every single enemy before we kill the boss, but people are just speed running the phases of the boss, and we start off when we enter the boss with 10,000 points. So the way it works, I think it's 1,500, it's 15k, it's like and 480 points. So that's what you need to get at least a 50% chance to pull a second pattern, like two patterns. But if you want to pull like for three patterns or get what, six patterns, you need to have modifiers on, and you have to have your character built to be able to do, because your score needs to be in the 30s, 30k. So the thing about that is, people are like, I'm not really like putting like, yes, you guys should be doing this the right way. Like, it's like hard dungeons is basically an arcade. You go around and you have to destroy every single enemy because they give you like 68 points to 100 depending on how hard the enemy is. Like in normal dungeons, you just speed run it and go for the final boss, get your pattern. Here, it's not on hard mode. It's not about that. It's about actually taking your time, defeating every single enemy. Make sure you get every single enemy that are in hidden spots that they can spawn from, but you wouldn't notice. You have to do that. You have to like basically maximize your run. Make sure you get every single enemy in every single location before you move on to the next location. That's basically how hard mode is supposed to be played to even, like, farm materials faster, and that's your best chance of doing it. I just wanted to get on here because people on here, like on this one, not this one, but there's a couple runs where I've had times where we're at 10k points and we enter the boss, and then from there we're wiping the boss out, and we already entered phase 2 with 11,000 points, and I'm just like, we're not gonna get to 15k, are we? And then we end up finishing, like, after we kill the boss, we probably end up like with 14k when we could have gotten 15k easily when we already at like 10k on this dungeon I'm doing. But a lot of people don't really pay attention to the scores. Obviously, you can like do like solo missions and like have mutators, but I'm not. My characters are. I'm gonna be honest. My characters aren't built like that. I've just been farming characters. I haven't been farming like things to like make my guns do crazy amounts of damage. I've just been farming characters right now. That's all I've been doing. I haven't really been focusing on that. I've been trying to just focus on gun mastery and leveling up characters so I can also get higher mastery ranks. I haven't been really focusing on like one or two, three characters like that. I mean, I've reset like my ultimate characters, but other than that, I'm not really focusing on doing anything too crazy. I just want to like unlock characters and maybe down the line focus more on that, like focus on the DPS for my guns. Right now, I'm not even focusing on that because I need to worry about the proficiency on weapons to level up more, because once you cap out at 40 and you reset, they don't give you any mastery XP anymore. You have to get it through the guns, or that's another reason why. That's why I'm farming VS right now, and tomorrow Luna and Valby will be released. So the best thing I could probably do right now is I'm trying to focus on leveling up more characters, because I'm not focusing on builds. If I want to focus on a build, I could easily go look up a YouTube video, and that will easily like make my build in 2 seconds. But I'm not really like focused on that when I probably should, when I could just be soloing stuff. But I've just mostly been focusing on like doing this on public, no mutators. So, because I just think, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this by myself. Like, you can run private matches with 4 people with those mutators on. It'd probably be way more easier like that. You could probably use the world chat. There's discords. I was thinking about making my discord to be farming, like certain titles will be farming certain characters. But yeah, like mostly I just want to talk about the arcade, or I call it arcade, the hard mode dungeons, because it feels like an arcade where it's mostly not about like rushing through the game, boss. It's more about taking your time, trying to get your score up so you can get more patterns, so less farming. If you know what you're doing, you could probably get, if you can get a full party and do the mutators, you're looking at easily, at best, you could get, what, 6 pulls? 6 patterns per run? And that's if you're maximizing on all of them. Because once you, is it, no, it's actually, I think not 6, I'm talking on my ass. I think it's still just 2. I think you always get 2. But the higher scores you get, you're more likely to get the second pattern or the duplicate. So you always run 2, and the higher your score is, the better chance you have of getting a shape. So that's all I really wanted to go about is take your time, like public service announcement. I want you guys, when you guys enter these hard mode dungeons, take your time. Like, I know you want to like beat the boss quickly, but you need to take your time for when the boss does go into his next phase. He spawns a bunch of enemies. Take care of the enemies before you take care of the boss's phase. Because sometimes he'll like, because if you're lucky, they'll just spawn infinitely, and then that's how you farm points. But most likely they won't. They're limited. And I think that's what we need to work on more, is focus more on the side enemies before the main enemies. Because the main boss will summon more enemies, depending on if it's a phase or anything like that. So it's better to focus on the side enemies, build your points up so you can farm patterns more efficiently. I hope you guys found this educational. Hit a like, subscribe. More content coming on this soon. Not on dungeons, but on the first Descendant. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you all for the comments on my last video. I saw all of them. I read all of them. Mostly positive, mostly negative. Things I can improve on. But thank you all for coming. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, morning, evening. Peace, y'all.